Hi. So I was doing putting in the sidewalk over here. And then I noticed that there was people over here in the Mickey Mouse garden. And I found out that the problem was is that they were up here. I could have sworn I put barriers on every single one of these, but apparently I didn't. Under the train because the little kid ones are smart. Okay. See, this happened. And so they're all pretty much having a fight over here. Yeah, so they're pretty much having a fight over here. And all because I forgot to put barriers here so they can't get here. Completely my fault that people are having a giant fight in Disneyland. And then if you're wondering why it's up so high, people were actually, in this spot so much that they were getting shoved up here, and that's how they were ending up down here. It wasn't fun. Kind of hoping some of them will like despawn, like because there's too many in one area. So, of course, we don't have a red concrete slab, which would be really nice right about now. Um, there needs to be more beds in Disneyland, I think. Anyway. Oh, and I stopped them from going up here, too. Of course, now that I've stopped them from going up here and put that slab in place, I think I'll do that just to make sure. Supposedly they can go up here, but they cannot go back down. I mean, what am I talking about? Oh my gosh. They can go up here. Oh. Oop, sorry. Needless death there. There we go. Okay. So they're supposed to go up here. And they're supposed to exit down there. Obviously, it's not working, but, that's what's supposed to happen. Maybe if I do this, they'll go on some of the other rides and not just hang out on the train. um, I don't know, but it's worth a shot. So basically, I listened to my son because he said they're a lot smarter now. Yeah. Uh huh. Okay. See now it looks like a sidewalk. Looks pretty nice. It's not all like this. I will have to go back through and don't worry, I'm not going to do that on camera. I will have to go back through and make sure that um, can you go off the track, please? Thank you. Anyway, I will have to go back through and make sure all the tracks connect and stuff. I figured out that I cannot connect them the way that I wanted to. You know, like, you could put a track here, but you cannot put a track here. I don't know why. You would think it would be so much simpler. But, yeah, you can't put a track there on a slab. And I wish you could. Of course, I also wish you could put the track back on the dirt path brick like you used to be able to do before the update. I did not like that update, or that part of the update. It's horrible. I mean, if that was something that, you know, they put in before the update, you know, as an accident, and then they just fixed it, then yay, but I don't like it. You know, I will cheer them for getting it the way that they want it. You know, it's their story. I mean, their game. But it's like that, you know, where it's like it's their thing, so they should be able to get it the way that they want it to be. Is, you know, all I'm saying. Um Oh, that's cool. They're going in and watching the cute little cartoons. So, one of these days, I think I'm going to take all of my movie theaters and, like, the part that I put into the movie theater, um, you know, I'll go and see if I can make a video for it. Of course, if it's one of my books, then I can't necessarily do that. But if it's something like the little movie theater over here, where there's Mickey Mouse shorts, maybe I could put part of it in there. You know, like 30 seconds or something like that, and hopefully Disney wouldn't be upset about it. You know, like me, like I'm hoping that they'd be like, "Oh wow, you chose to display that." You know, I would hope that they would say that instead of, you know, getting all upset. Um, yeah, the sad thing is that with doing it this way, I've got to go and take out parts of the building. And, okay, I really don't want to kill you. Thank you. I didn't want you in the store either, but, you know, better you in the store than you, um, you know, better them in the store than getting killed. Because, like I said, I really don't like killing things. I really don't like killing things. And, you know, if it's between me killing something and me prodding it out of the way so it will go where it needs to go, then I will prod it. I like that a lot better. Unfortunately, that means that you step down into the store. Please be careful when you go into stores around here. Um, I was actually going to keep people from going in some of the stores that way. Obviously, that's no longer an option. Here is, you know, here's the movie theater. And Oh, I guess that doesn't work anymore. Huh. I'll have to figure that out. Um, I just like the idea of it looking like it's a sidewalk and a road instead of flat pieces and flat pieces. So see, you go like this and it kind of looks better. I mean, this didn't really need it, but, it looks a little better is all. I mean, I liked it before because it actually did have stairs. Or does have stairs. Not sure which. Um, I haven't been there since... This looks more wheelchair friendly, too. Anyway, I haven't been to Disneyland since August of 2000. Yeah, so almost 23 years. And my cat's got the zoomies again. Would you move, please? Thank you. Oh my goodness. He's driving me crazy. Well, all the villagers drive me crazy. The ones that decide that, they've got to be wherever you're at. I don't think you were actually supposed to go up there, but okay. Not entirely sure. But yeah, so we have all these different... Oh, you're definitely not supposed to go in there. There's all these different stores down Main Street. So the ones on this side, no, yeah. The ones on this side have the second story like they're supposed to have until they get to this building over here. I was having a hard time building that building, I think, at one point. I either didn't have the pieces I needed or I just didn't understand it. Not sure which. But either way, whatever the deal is, it was not the best thing. Ooh, we can have beds in one of the stores and pretend that they're the toddler beds that you get at, places like Walmart and Target. um... Okay, that's not actually the way it looks with the extra piece, but, he goes and closes the door. Alright, this I actually do have the pieces for. Okay, so we're gonna raise that up, even though I don't think it is up that high. There. That's not what I meant. Okay. And then we'll put the red back where we found it. And we'll put the glass back where we put it. And then we'll... Yeah. See, and then... Oh, and then we can do that. None of these stores actually dip down like that, but I decided that I had to have the sidewalk. It just doesn't look right without an actual sidewalk. You can't go in there. I don't know. I just decided you can't go in there. Now you can go in there. He seemed to be asking me why not, so had to answer. only problem is, like I said, there's a whole bunch of spots where the doors are, and there's actually supposed to be doors there, and the doors don't work in the spot that I have them after I fix it. So I don't know what to do, but this seems to be working. I'm happy that the villagers have actually discovered shopping in Disneyland. There's nothing to shop for, but I'm glad that they've discovered it. They've actually gone on some of the rides. One of the previous videos that I did last few days. I figured out that you'll be seeing this in November before Thanksgiving. So I will try to remember to say Happy Thanksgiving at the end of the video. Even if it isn't Thanksgiving week that lands on yet. I think I said November 6th. So then November 13th, November 20th, and November 27th. And I don't know when Thanksgiving is this year. I didn't bother to look it up on the calendar before that would have been something that I should have done. But I didn't look that up. I just looked up when the last video was, which was November 6th. So I'll try to remember to say Happy Thanksgiving. Ooh, if I would have known that it was going to end up on November 6th, I would have said Happy my daughter's birthday in the last video. I mean, the video before the last video. My daughter was born on November 10th. And I think it's really cool because church days are Sunday and Wednesdays. Usually. I know some people go to mass on Mondays and, stuff like that. But church is generally on Sundays and Wednesdays. So, Ashley was born on a rainy Sunday. And Luke was born on a snowy Wednesday. And it was really funny because my mom was trying to get there really badly, and we don't know what happened. The car ran out of gas or something. We have no idea. But it died on the way there. So my mom's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And it just happened. Okay, my mom and dad aren't married anymore. They got divorced. But it just happened that my dad, happened to find her on the side of the road, and so the story does have a happy ending, promise. My dad and my stepmom were driving to the hospital too, Kaiser, in Vallejo. And I don't know why they weren't there. Maybe it was just Dad that wasn't there, because my stepmom was with me. So, yeah, it had to have been my dad was there. Anyway, so he picked her up, and they both went together. But the funny thing was that, it's pouring down rain. Pouring. And then she opens her door to, go out in this sopping rain. I don't remember if she had an umbrella or not. Anyway, she opens her door to go out in the sopping rain, and it stops. The rain just totally stopped right then. So, anyway, I felt that was, enough to, a great story enough to share. And my daughter, when she was born, totally wide-eyed. I'd been telling her about the world for I don't know how long, and she's like, oh, this is what it looks like. Okay. And she was like just taking everything in. It was so cool. Um, yeah, she was just, looking at everything. It was like, wow. You know, it was just totally wow. Um, so, I was one of those moms that, there's a baby in there. Not, I'm pregnant. It's, no, there's a baby in there. There's a person in there. So I was reading to her. I was singing to her. I had to learn the words to Dora the Explorer because that was one of her favorite shows, even though she was just a baby. Um, I learned the words to Winnie the Pooh. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I learned the words to just for her. Now, with my son, it wasn't the same thing, but we still had some good times. Um, like I said, my kids live with their aunt and uncle. So, which is a much longer story that I'm not sharing. But anyway, um, so I'm trying to put in this sidewalk, and obviously the villagers are getting in the way. But for the most part, Disneyland is villager proof. And if he ever gets on today, one of our friends, part of his gamer tag is Dylan, so that's what we call him. Anyway, so we call him Dylan, and if he gets on today, maybe we'll find out if it's also Dylan proof. Um, I know it's not. I know it's not. Uh, my son proof. Of course, he's the one that gave me the barrier block, so that's why it's not my son proof. But oh, and I want to give a shout out to my nephew, Oliver. I don't remember what his gamer tag is, so I should have used that. But anyway, um, because he was asked to be nice when he's on my world because, I'm very sensitive to people trying to blow it up or destroy what I've built or whatever, because that's what my niece used to do a few years back, and she does not have any um she does not have any building mining rights on my world. I think she's allowed to build on it, but she is not allowed to mine at all. She can't break bricks if she makes a mistake or anything because she has tried to destroy my stuff. Anyway, but Oliver, he got told to be nice and respectful, and he actually helped fill in a few things. He gets bored really easily, so he stopped helping real fast, but at least he helped. So I'm giving a big shout out to him. And if my son is watching this one, I hope that he shows Ollie at least this part of the video. Yeah, like I kind of think that stuff like not Game Pass, yeah, game yeah, Game Pass, where you can play all kinds of different games and you don't necessarily have to own them to play them. That was made for people like Oliver. Yeah. So, and my niece. try not to say names, but, you know, if I say my nephew, then you might think I'm talking about the nephew that we call Indy, because that's his gamer tag. But, you know, I've got a lot of nephews. Well, a few. Okay, let's hear. I've got Indy. I've got Oliver. And two more. Because I don't know what to call them either. Yeah. Okay. So just them. But, see, I kind of want to say their names because, you know, that's like, you know, proud auntie time, you know. I like being the aunt. I don't actually like being called auntie, but that's what Caitlin calls me, and I'm not going to stop her. um, oh, and this is my youngest brother. I've got two. This is my youngest brother, Chris, and he's watching Lion King while eating a hot dog while this guy's, you know, making sure he's okay. Because rather than go off and ride the rides when he got out of line for whatever ride it was and ditched us, Stephanie said, excuse me, my sister says that they usually went off together, but I don't remember that. I actually remember one going off the one time and then the other one going off the other time. Maybe they, you know, like planned it somehow and ended up together, but you know, I mean, ended up in the same spot, so they rode whatever ride it was. But she's saying she tried to tell me last time we talked about this that me and Mom kept ditching them, and no, they were 11 and 12, and they kept leaving us. They didn't want to wait in the long lines. So I had been to Disneyland before, and they hadn't. At that point, I had been there 3 times. Anyway, I had been there before, and they hadn't. So they didn't know to expect really super long lines. But I did. So anyway, me and Mom went on like tons of stuff. And then we actually convinced them to stick with us the last 2 days, Thursday and Friday. We went there Monday through Friday that week. Monday almost didn't happen because the van broke down. I still don't know exactly what happened, but yeah. The driver said that he'd had the van looked at head to toe, so to speak, and it was fine. And then all of a sudden we get to the grapevine and hi, Coral. And all of a sudden we get to the grapevine and it broke down. We couldn't get to go up the hill. So, and that's a really big hill. Anyway, they call it a hill, but I think it's a mountain. Anyway, we couldn't get to go up all the way, and so we ended up getting a tow truck to take us the rest of the way to, it was a Anaheim Inn Hotel and Suites. I don't know if it's still there anymore. It looks like a whole bunch of places I used to know the name of aren't there anymore, so it's possible that it's just not there anymore. I mean, like, the building's there, but it's called something different. But anyway, it was a fun trip after that. Um, so I really wanted to go with them, but that's an 8-hour trip, and they couldn't have, and nobody could afford the I think they took the bus to get there, so nobody could afford the bus for me to go to. And why did I need to go anyway? Kind of thing. I mean, it's not like we were going to be able to afford to go into Disneyland, so. Right now, I'm thinking I need a Disney vacation, but I think I'm going to get upset at all the changes, and it's just not going to be the same. Okay, that librarian really needs to stop doing that. Okay, could you back up, please? Thank you. Okay, so this video should be ending right about now. And I'm being summoned to go pet a kitty cat at the food bowl. Yes, I have one of those cats. It used to be that her brothers would... I think her brothers would stop her from eating because they'd go over there and startle her. She's very easily startleable. I don't know if that's a word, but Anyway, so please buy my books from Amazon. Remember, the best way is to type my name into the search engine, look in the books tab specifically, and you're looking for Pirate's Daughter, Misfortune, Hard Times, the Esperanza's Party, The Island, and then in a separate series, Adopted Coral. Adopted Coral is not part of the series because it's a book about my cat. The rest are a book. I mean, the other books are a series that I wrote about Morgan Bell and her crew. Well, that's the first 3 books, really. They are part of the other 2 books, Esperanza's Party and The Island, but the main characters in those books are actually Sean and Ashley. I was gonna write, tons of books about Morgan and Hayden, and I really did, but they were all like written in my head or on paper, and I really thought I wrote more books than that. And so anyway, they're gonna come out the way that they come out now, and hopefully they'll be just as awesome as they were in my head. Anyway, so I hope you're having a great day. Know that you are enough. Know that there's no problem you cannot solve or handle. Even school and work and anything else that pops up. And I'll see you in the next video.